Rugby round 14, the first game of the round on the Friday. We've only got the one. It is the Hurricanes taking on the Reds over in Wellington. Yeah, two teams on different paths this season. Hurricanes and Reds both started poorly, I guess is one thing they've got in common. But the Hurricanes were pretty quickly able to right that ship and are now 9 wins on the trot, looking to make it 10. The Reds also had a good dealing to by the Rebels in their first game of the season, and then went on a mini run of their own before it kind of, I don't know if I want to say turned to custard, but it's not been all plain sailing, that's for sure. So, especially last week, Hurricanes looked good against the Blues, whereas the Reds were just taken to town by the lowly Sunwolves. So, much of the talk from Reds fans is, if you can't beat the Sunwolves, what chance have you got against the Hurricanes? Some Reds fans are even saying 100-0. It's probably not quite as bad as all that, but it is definitely one where they're up against it. Yeah, although thinking about Brad Thorn, I think that's probably actually how he probably likes it. He seems in interviews anyway to kind of thrive on the adversity and looks to use that as kind of a driving force to bring his guys together. They can kind of play without a bit of pressure on them here as well, because there's not really any expectations on them to get anything out of the match. For the Hurricanes, it's just another chance for them to continue to put that pressure back on the Crusaders, because they play a day before them. They can, just pop themselves ahead on the table for a day and then kind of put the ball in the Crusaders' court to see if they can kind of match them. For the Hurricanes, TJ Perenara as captain for this one, as Brad Shields is being semi-rested. He is on the bench. Blade Thompson starts at 8, so that's his first start of the season. Fadialofa is in the second row, as Fafita is on the bench, so his concussion worries look to be not quite as bad as originally thought, which is also good for the All Blacks looking forward through to the tour of the French. Peter Umaga-Jensen gets his debut. He's starting at 12. Nihi Milner-Skudder is at 14, and Geordie Barrett is at fullback. So, yeah, a bit of shuffling. You got to think the All Blacks camps is part, or rest periods is kind of partly to do with that. For the Reds, Higginbotham is back from injury, so he gets a start at 8. The Smith brothers are back from their kind of week off, enforced week off, due to their training kind of late or no show. JP gets the start, so his brother Ryan's on the bench. Paia'awa gets a start for quite a while. He seems to be on the outer at the moment, but he's in at 12 because Feoi Sotia is out with concussion, so Karevi moves out to 13. Hurricanes are expected to basically mop the floor with the Reds in this one. If they can't kind of match what the Sunwolves did, I think then they'll be disappointed. They've had a day extra rest. It's a pretty strong looking squad. They've not named a B team at all. Bonus point win is a must. For the Reds, if they can get a bonus point, they can probably hold their heads pretty high. It's been done with teams like the Sharks have pushed the Hurricanes, in the Hurricanes' home ground, although that was at Napier. Still, the Hurricanes are not invincible, but they're going to be pretty hard to beat. So the bookies have the Canes by 29 points, which is about as comfortable as it gets. So they're steering down the barrel for this one, the Reds. But if last week's performance isn't enough to kind of motivate them to kind of kick their bums into gear, then nothing will really. So we'll see if whatever they've done in the week is enough. And for the Hurricanes, we'll just see if they're kind of able to maintain that performance level. Because, sometimes in games where you're expected to win so easily, guys can take it easy. So we'll see if that happens or not. What are your guys' thoughts on this game? Like I said, bookies have got it pretty one-sided, so we'll see what happens. All right, guys, I'll talk to you again for the Saturday one soon. See you later.